Poundcake, do you know this song?
Yeah. I said this before.
You what?
I said this before when we were at Buzzard Fest.
You said this at Buzzard Fest?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, did he
Welcome
really?
to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses.
Right. Good for you.
I know that's from Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, okay. It's kind of baked at Buzzard Fest, so I don't recall that answer of yours, but hey, so you know how we gave away Taylor Swift tickets to see her in Pittsburgh because she wasn't coming to Cleveland? You might recall this. Maybe a month and a half ago, we had dads come down and dress up like Taylor Swift, and they would perform and right here at our studio window. And oh my, was that a hit. Well, Guns N' Roses is not coming to Cleveland either, so we're going to send you to Pittsburgh to see Guns N' Roses. But we're not going to have people come up to the window. It's going to be this weekend. GNR is doing PNC Park next Friday. They got the Pretenders opening up for them. Chrissy Hine from Akron, Ohio. And so all this weekend, you're going to be able to win Guns N' Roses tickets for next Friday at PNC Park. So whenever you hear Guns N' Roses this weekend, you go to WMMS.com and register to win tickets. And you can do it as many times as you want over the weekend. So make sure your ears are peeled for Guns N' Roses songs. Because every time, WMMS.com and try to get those tickets. So that is next Friday, the show. We'll probably start it tomorrow. I mean, we kick the weekend off around here with the Bill Squire Friday Get Down. But when we're off, there's a Guardians game. And then after that, you'll be able to start trying to win those Guns N' Roses tickets. So next Friday night, PNC Park in Pittsburgh, GNR and the Pretenders. And tickets for you all this weekend.
I have a question.
Lay it on me.
Does it work against us being in between two other major cities? Like, I don't understand why touring acts don't stop in Cleveland. Like,
Well, some do. They're usually just routing issues.
That's what I'm saying. Is it because they're like Clevelanders are more likely to go to Pittsburgh than Pittsburghians going to
No,
Cleveland?
it's usually way more boring than that.
Okay.
Back in the day, they would go, how are our album sales in this market versus this market? Now they probably look at streaming data.
Mm-hmm.
They look at radio. They look at things like that. Guns N' Roses, they don't have to do any of that stuff. So it may be as simple as scheduling. Like they wanted to do it and there was a ball game.
Mm.
You know, things like that.
I didn't think about that.
I mean, when I was on the air in Pittsburgh, everybody complained that all the cool concerts went to Cleveland. So we were constantly complaining about shows that were coming here instead of Pittsburgh.
I was going to say, because Taylor Swift wouldn't have that problem either. Like, there was probably some scheduling conflict. Well, no, because the Browns weren't here. So,
I don't know.
Maybe Pittsburgh was already on the list. I
don't
guess.
know.
There's no need for it to be like 2 hours.
There's plenty of shows that have come here and haven't come to Pittsburgh. I'm sure there's radio stations in Pittsburgh giving away trips to come see bands in Cleveland. I know we did that all the time when I was on the air there. You're always, unless you're in like a top 5 market, I mean, you're always sending somebody somewhere to see, you know. I mean, are the Eagles and Steely Dan playing Pittsburgh? I don't know. They're coming here, doing a Romo Fijo. Chappelle doing Pittsburgh? I don't know.
He's doing Cleveland.
Oh, Eagles are playing Pittsburgh. All right, well, there you go. There you go. Yes. Probably the night before or after they're in Cleveland. So Eagles are here on October 17th, and they'll be in Pittsburgh 2 nights before that. So an answer to your question, it's usually really boring.
Okay. Just curious.
It's all logistics.
I didn't know if being 2 hours from Detroit and Pittsburgh hurts us, because looking at, like, out of these 3 cities, like, Cleveland's in the middle, so why don't we just do both of those and then Cleveland can travel?
I mean, sometimes it might work out that way. They're not going to do all 3.
Some
but,
of them might.
huh?
Some of them might.
I think bands that are playing stadiums are not going to do that.
I was because Pittsburgh, yeah, it's close enough where if you really want to see a band, Cleveland can travel to Pittsburgh and vice versa. But 2 different markets, like you can hit the people that want to see you in Pittsburgh can literally just stay in Pittsburgh and not ever go to Cleveland. You'll be perfectly fine. And when you come here, people don't have to
Wait,
travel.
what?
I'm saying it's two different markets. Like, you can have your fan base in Pittsburgh, and they never have to travel to Cleveland for anything. Like, they don't, like, on tour.
Right.
Yes, Cleveland and Pittsburgh are two different markets.
So I'm saying if you want to hit all three, you can. Your fan base is going to be here, Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
I see what you mean. Yeah, I mean, Detroit's a skosh farther away, but yeah, it's usually it's boring logistics, right? I think it probably sometimes works against Columbus because that's a whole different route. You know, if they're going to kind of come down the lake, they're like, yeah, we'll do Buffalo, Cleveland, Detroit maybe. Sometimes it won't even go to, but I don't know. A buddy of mine was at Wrigley Field last night to see Bruce Springsteen.
Springstring.
I'm sorry, Dick from Dayton. Bryce Springstring. And he did a 3-hour show. He closed it out with a tribute to Robbie Robertson, of course, from the band who died. But he didn't do the song that made him famous. He didn't do
Santa Claus is coming to town?
Santa Claus is coming to town.
I'd be so mad. I'd be so mad.
Imagine being there for 3 hours, and he doesn't play the one song that really put him on the map. Didn't do it.
I'd be heated.
Yeah.
Santa would be mad at me about how mad I got.
Yeah. So no Santa Claus is coming to town. And yeah, you naysayers can make the argument that it's a seasonal song, and why would he do that? Because that's the one that made him famous.
On the map.
Nobody had ever heard of Bryce Springstring before Santa Claus is coming to town. He wrote that. That's an original. But he didn't play it at Wrigley Field last night. And I could just imagine all those people who, you know, you've got people who've driven in from the suburbs. You have people who are going to take an Uber home who live in the city. You have people who can walk home, right? They're living in or near the Lakeview neighborhood of Wrigley Field. All those people grumbling on their way home. A blight on what would have otherwise been an amazing performance.
Right.
Who has ever said, Springsteen, No one's ever said that.
Me.
3 hours. You're on stage for 3 hours. You can't play a 2.5-minute song, 3-minute song.
You'd say Springsteen meh?
Yeah. I don't...
Well, but you don't know his songs.
I'm also kind of Springsteen meh.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not a show that you'd like to see one time?
I mean, if someone gave me tickets and I didn't have anything else going on, but it's not
priority.
He's fine. It's nothing that I really get all excited about.
What about Bryce Springstring?
Bryce Springsteen. I mean, the thing is too, I would go to see Santa Claus is coming to town, and I know he's not going to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Springsteen guy.
I wonder if he plays Youngstown in Chicago, or if he just whips that out when he's in this part of the country.
Back in 1803, James and Danny Heaton found
See, all I hear is
Pancake, this doesn't make a move?
I just hear him not playing Santa Claus is coming to town.
West Furnace, they were along the shore.
Oh, God. Turn it off, please. Oh, my God.
Why you got to be a harmonica hater? You know, you don't play the harp, you don't get no tang.
So annoying.
This is when he pulled Courtney Cox up on stage.
Yeah.
I get up in the evening.
This song
These are
about a
good
guy
songs.
leaving his family.
I like this song and the last one I enjoy, but like we didn't listen to Bruce Springsteen growing up, so I don't have a lot of nostalgia for it, and then it just never really made it into rotation for me.
I remember Born in the USA. My mom gave me that one year. She gave me a stack of vinyl when I was practicing my drums a lot and played Max Weinberg stuff. I just played Born in the USA front to back like over and over and over again.
Now we're talking.
It's all cold down along the beach. The wind's whipping
Maybe
down.
it's as simple as him not bringing his sleigh bells last night to Wrigley Field.
You guys know what time it is?
I mean, they could figure out.
You wouldn't want to be there with everybody going bananas when he kicks out Born to Run? Just one time?
I didn't.
For 10th Avenue Freeze Out? Poundcake, this is up your alley.
Again, like, I'm not super familiar with these songs, so like, I'd be like, "Why is everybody going crazy right now?
People
is he gonna
texting,
play?"
People are texting me, Bruce blows. Really? I didn't know there was so much Bruce Springsteen acrimony.
I don't think he's
I didn't
bad.
realize,
and, like,
he was considered an
Born-
acquired taste.
Born to
game
Run is a
shows.
good song, but it's not like I don't hear it and go and immediately know this is Bruce Springsteen.
You don't
I-
immediately hear Born to Run and go, oh, that's Bruce Springsteen.
Again, I'm not like he wasn't a guy. Bruce Springsteen.
I mean, just by
had-
osmosis. These are like 50-year-old songs.
Right, but it wasn't in my periphery. Like
Wow.
it was. My dad didn't listen to it, so it wasn't.
And your mom doesn't like music.
My mom doesn't like music, so I didn't really hear these songs till later in life. And I go, oh, okay. I kind of recognize them from being in the zeitgeist, but they weren't. They're not. They don't mean anything to me.
Okay. No, listen. Some people are like
And people are
giving
crazy about
blood for Springsteen. That's
Yeah.
not me, but I have a deep appreciation for Bruce Springsteen.
And again, I don't think he's bad. I just don't have the nostalgia factor that a lot of people have. And I never like went, I've gone through phases of people that I didn't listen to as, like growing up. Like I went through a pretty heavy Bowie phase. I went through a heavy Johnny Cash phase, a heavy Prince phase, but I never did a Springsteen.
Is that
phase.
Tony Bowie,
Yes, Tony
the
Bowie.
Washington State Department?
Yes, Tony Bowie.
You know, one of the reasons I'm kind of bummed Mary's not here today is because she went to Nickelback, and I want to know if they played Pants Feet. Did you hear any after?
I saw on her story her dancing around, and this guy is just staring at her.
Because they
and
brought
then-
a Pants Feet sign.
I
her
didn't
and
see any,
Brian.
I didn't see them holding it up. I don't even know if they took it
come
in. I didn't see
on.
any of that. But she's dancing around for Bottle Bit Me, whatever that one's
Yeah,
called.
burn it down.
Yeah, and she's going crazy, and this dude's just like looking at her like, "What the hell?" And then you see this dude's wife or whoever he's with, like look around him and be like, "What is going on with this girl?" And she's
was having a good time.
sober, and she's
Stone cold
she's
sober,
like
yeah.
throwing like a big kick in there. It's pretty funny. She was having a good time, so good.
Can't
for
take her anywhere. Pants Feet. Yeah, okay. Well, if somebody listening went to the show last night, let me know if either you saw a Pants Feet sign or if they played Pants Feet. Because that is a level of self-awareness that would be above and beyond anything you can reasonably expect from a band of their stature. For them to be up there, they've played all the, and they come out for an encore. People go, what could they possibly play now? What could they possibly come out to play? They've done it all. We're halfway to our cars, and they break out Pants Feet.
No, because then people would be ungrateful and they'd be like, AI does it better. like there's no pleasing these people.
Well, that's not AI. That's the hard work of DJ Cummerbund doing a mashup.
Oh.
That's Pro Tools. That's work in Pro Tools.
That's talent right
Yes,
there. Making
absolutely.
that sound like a real song.
That's not AI.
Yeah, that's good.
Alan, I was at Nickelback. Oh, it was 2 hours of Pants Feet. Oh, okay. Well,
Oh,
there
that
you
was-
go.
now I'm
so
sad
front
I
to
didn't
back.
go.
So then everybody else was pissed off because that is just seasoning, Pants Feet. You don't want the entire meal Pants Feet. You just want a little kind of dip in and dip out.
No, I want the whole thing, Pants Feet.
All Pants Feet.
All Pants Feet. I don't need
Just on a loop.
burn it down.
Yeah.
I just need Pants Feet.
Okay.
Well, I still have. I don't think I've ever actually heard the chorus for "Burn It Down" because we always just listen to the beginning with that riff and the bottle just bit me part.
Yep.
I don't think I'm.
It's they it all tonight. Yeah, we're gonna light. Yeah, we're gonna burn it to the ground tonight.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
I don't think I got that.
You didn't get that?
Yeah, I don't think
it's just a chanting song,
Yeah, I
right?
mean,
We're gonna
but that's
live
kinda what they
like,
do.
Yeah, brother, blade of Blake. I
Yeah,
thought it
I
was
don't-
called Burn It Down.
Is it not called Burn It Down?
Oh, that's Linkin Park.
Oh.
Hold on. It's called Burn It something.
Burn It Up?
No, Burn It to the Ground.
Burn It to the
Burn
Ground.
It to the Ground is what it's called.
Yeah, I know this part.
You know the front
I
part.
know the front part.
You don't know the chorus.
I don't know the chorus.
Oh, hold on. Let me get you to the chorus here then.
What year did this come out? Because
And there's some
I don't know.
woo!
Maybe I was in the Philippines when that one dropped because I don't know that. I only know the front part. I don't know that chorus at all.
2008.
Okay,
It
well
was on an album called Dark Horse.
that was just me not listening to
Nickelback.
Nickelback. Yeah.
That was their 6th album. By 08, they had 6 albums.
Good for
out.
them.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think it's bad. I just am unfamiliar with it. I don't think it's particularly good either. It just doesn't. I have such weird musical taste anyway, so like, I don't need anybody DM me be like, "Oh, yeah, what do you like?"
but
I'm
it's
like,
a but
weird
it's a
stuff.
it's a great band for people who are like, I like it kind of heavy, but I don't like metal. Because that's kind of
Mary,
you're crossing a Rubicon, right? I like hard rock. I like riffs. I like thundering. You know, there's very heavy production in these songs. The way these albums are produced. Burn It to the Ground got a Grammy nomination, but lost to AC/DC's War Machine in 2010. So they got nominated for that song. But again, you know, when a Nickelback album comes out, at least back in the day, like every song was a single. They would just release every song as a single, and they'd go, let's throw it all against the wall and see what sticks. And more of it would stick. But, yeah, they're not a go-to for me, but they're a great kind of band for people who are like, yeah, I want to feel like I'm having a party, but I don't want to listen to metal, right?
Yeah, hard rock band, yeah.
Now, if you wanted to listen to metal, you could get it here on 2 Hours to Midnight, Saturday nights. As the name implies, 2 hours of nothing but heavy metal with me and Corey Roddick and Pat Butler. 10 o'clock, Saturday night. I'm the Buzzard. I got a break. Want to get the last word in?